Today's video we are going to discuss what are the most commonly asked questions in the research defense with answers. So this video is going to tell you the most commonly asked questions at the master level or at the PhD level. So let's begin. First question that is the most important and is widely asked is, why did you choose this topic? This is one of the most important questions during your defense of your research proposal or your final thesis. So the possible answer for this question can be, you should talk about the motivations for the study, talk about the research problem you wanted to address which made you embark on the study. So the simple answer can be the motivation, or you should discuss about the problem that you are going to address in this particular study. So this is one of the most important questions that you should answer very carefully. The question number second is, briefly explain what your research project is all about. So the possible answer for this question can be, to respond to this question, you need to fully understand your research project. Basically, be able to repeat your abstract. That you should tell them about what is your problem, what is the research problem, what are the variables, what methodology you are going to use, what are the results or the findings, and what are the recommendations. So in simple words, you could be able to tell about your abstract. So this could be the possible answer of the question, what your project is all about. The question number third, what is the scope of the study? That what is the scope of your research project? So the possible answer for this question can be, here you briefly state the specific aspects of your research project that was covered during your research study. That what areas are covered during your research study, that is basically the scope of your study. The next question, what is the significance of the study? So let me first discuss what is the significance of the study. Significance of the study is basically the contribution of your study to the community as a whole. That what this study can be helpful to the researchers, to the society, to the universities, to the industry, etc. So the possible answer to this question can be, you need to state how your research work can be helpful to the other researchers, the educators, organizations, etc. The question number 5, that is, what are your research variables? So you need to memorize and work very carefully on your research variables. So the possible answer can be, explain your independent and dependent variables. That what are the variables, the independent and the dependent variables included in your research variable, in your research topic. The question number 7, what research methodology did you use? There are different types of the research methodologies. For example, in case of the quantitative research, there are different types of the research methodologies. In case of the qualitative research, there are some other research methodologies being used. So why did you use a particular research methodology? So to respond to this question, you should briefly state the research design or the research methodology you adopted for the research. So talk about the data collection methods and the sampling techniques employed in the research. The question number 8, why did you use that research methodology? In this question, basically the researcher or the interviewer is going to ask you for the justification, that what was the what was the basis, what was the reason behind using this particular research methodology. So you need to provide some argumentation or the evidence for the using a particular research methodology. For example, if you used the survey research method, you can state reasons such as, because I have used or applied the survey research because it is there is no interviewer bias, it is cost effective, it enabled you to collect information from the sample without influencing the population of the study, etc. So that is the justification of using a particular research methodology. The next question can be, what limitations did you encounter? So keep in your mind, don't try to tell your interviewer or research panel about the limitations of your results or the limitations of your data that can adversely affect your research project. So simply use simple limitations like the difficulties you have encountered in combining the lectures and the projects rather than limiting your study. So you need to discuss the very simple limitations and don't go for the limitations of your analysis or your data. It can adversely affect your presentations and the thesis. Question number 10. What source of the data was implied for the research? That is, what type of the data was being implied? Either it was the primary data or it was the secondary data. So the possible answer for this question could be, if primary sources such as the questionnaires, interviews, or the observations were used, or the secondary sources like the books, like journals, like the newspapers were used. So you simply have to answer the nature and the type of the data. Next question. Supporting your findings, what areas will you suggest for the future research? If you are asked this particular question, that after conducting a particular research project, what would you suggest for the future research? That what the future researchers can do in the future. So the possible answer on this question can be, based on your findings during a manageable scope, you ought to be ready to suggest future research areas in line with your study. The next question is, how would you relate your findings to the existing theories on the study? So for this particular purpose, you need to know the existing theories on the topic matter, also as the empirical studies, etc. Thank you for watching. Please stay tuned, and if you like my content, so please like my videos, subscribe my channel, and share it with your friends.